So, I'm just going to be having a little snack. I have a banana nut muffin that I heated up and a cup of hot green tea, and I'm just going to ramble about my hopes for the new year, reflections on the past year. You'll be happy to know, I know a lot of you like true crime. The next video, probably up by like Thursday, maybe even Wednesday, is true crime. So, where do I start? 2023. Thank you all who subscribed, who watched, commented, liked. I really appreciate that. For 2024, I need to get on a more consistent upload schedule, and I'm confident that will happen. It's just been a crazy 2023. I was thinking the other day, I was on vacation last week, of how I was reflecting back on 2023 and thinking, if you had told me in 2022, like early 2022, that in 2023, if hospitals, cancer, that sort of talk triggers you, you might want to fast forward like 2 or 3 minutes. But if you had told me in 2022 that my mom would be diagnosed with cancer, have complications from treatments that resulted in her being hospitalized like 4 or 5 times, I think it was, 7 ER visits where you're waiting like 8 hours, and you know, it's sitting around in the ER is so anxiety provoking, especially if you don't know what's going on. If you had told me all that would happen, she'd have her major surgery after treatments, develop complications from that, all these scans and tests and the anxiety of waiting for results, I would have been like, what? Oh my god, there's no way I'll get through that. That's too much stress. But you know what? I got through it. She got through it. We're fine. It's a lesson in you are probably much stronger than you think you are. And what's that line from Les Mis? Even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. That's true. Cat just sneezed. So, most of this year, as I was looking back on it last week, I thought has been living in survival mode and just constant adrenaline. And when things finally started to calm down recently, and I had a moment to take stock of everything, I was like, wow, this is a lot. And on top of that, I was really busy with work. So I felt like I kind of hit a fan in December. Plus, it was the holidays, and I don't like the holidays. No offense to people who do. I get it. I've tried to like the holidays, but I never have, really. Even though, as a kid, I had very happy Christmases. I had a happy home life. I got tons of presents. But even as a child, when the presents were open and then the guests would come over, I'd be like hiding in my bedroom. Be like, this is too much extroverting. And like, why is all this pressure placed on one day? So anyway, I really needed last week off. I was so glad I had it off. To just do nothing. To just chill. So I was thinking, what do I want to do for the new year? And I thought, how I've always been kind of a wellness junkie, as I call it. Always It's free. Anybody can do it. You can look it up. And then I thought, I don't really care for the people in this group. And I've been through a lot of things this year, so I'm not gonna let these people tell me that I'm letting my bitch voice get in the way if I don't do one of these tasks when I have a lot going on. And I know that means that if I'm not doing the task, then I'm not really technically doing the program, but you know what, that's okay. So I think for the new year, what I want to really focus on is, I think I mentioned this in another video too, there's this book called The Artist's Way, and it's a program to help you cultivate to awaken your artistic spirit to be more creative. And I dabble in painting here and there, and I'd like to try to get more into doing that this year. So I think The Artist's Way would be helpful with that. So that's part of the mental and spiritual health. And I want to start walking more again. Pre-pandemic, I used to walk to work, which is about 1.5 miles away. So I'd be walking at least 3 miles a day, walking there and back. I've been going into the actual office more lately. So maybe I'll start to walk into work more. I think I just am going to seize opportunities as I see them come up and not be obsessed with making a list, which I feel is like what the 75 hard program is, and not be so much beholden to a list of tasks that you have to check off. I'm just gonna relax into it and just seize upon opportunities, like I said, as they present themselves, to cultivate better mental health, physical health, spiritual health, whatever. So I'm looking forward to that. This past year, I was thinking too, this past week has really been illuminating. I used to say that the pandemic was illuminating as to who's really in your corner, like what friendships stand the test of challenges. And I still stand by that. But this past year, with my mom getting sick, has really, there's a fly in here, has really illustrated how important it is to have, or illustrated, one, to me, how resilient I can be myself, necessities